Hey YouTube, it's Mandak coming at you guys with another video. So this is haul video number 46. So again guys, welcome into another haul video for this week. A little bit smaller haul today, so I'll go through it, but I do have some other stuff coming in the mail, so 47 should not be far behind this, at least I hope not. But anyways guys, hope you had a great weekend. I did up until today when the Eagles lost, so that sucks, but hey, life goes on, not a big deal. But I have some comics here today. I have some paperbacks, hardcovers, single issues that I just picked up today at Classic Collections. That's out there in Pennsylvania on Route 23, so if you want to go out there, again, called Classic Collections. The stuff I have in terms of paperbacks is from In Stock Trades, so we've already talked about that at length, and picked up some Lego sets as well. So good mix of stuff here, and we'll get to it. So in terms of single issues, I picked up a bunch of actually before I get to the single issues, I gotta stop real quick. We'll talk about what I read this week. So this week I read the Avengers Vision and Scarlet Witch Year in the Life paperback collection, which collects the 12-issue maxi series for Vision and Scarlet Witch. And just got done reading that on Saturday. Really enjoyed it. It was a little bit of a drag in the beginning with all the tie-in stuff with the West Coast Avengers, but once it kind of just got back to focusing on Vision and Scarlet Witch, I really read through it pretty quickly. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happens in that book that really shakes up the whole Marvel universe. I won't really spoil it for you guys here, but if you ever find a chance to get that paperback, I know it's hard to find right now. Hopefully maybe with the release of the new WandaVision Disney Plus show, whenever that comes out, hopefully with the release of that, we might see a reprint for that collection. So for anyone who's interested in getting it, you'll probably be able to get it that way. But yeah, definitely go check it out. So at this point, I've read both of the limited series for Vision and Scarlet Witch. So really cool. I would definitely say this one is a little bit more in depth and better. Obviously, it's at a different stage in life for the two Avengers, and it also came at the right exact timing of when I was reading my other stuff. So this takes place, I would say, right after the events of Absolute Vision, which is at issue 250 something, 254, 255, I think. So right after that, Vision and Scarlet Witch kind of leave the team and go to testify for what Vision did in the Absolute Vision story arc. And then after this, they kind of go back to Leonia? I don't even know how to pronounce their hometown. But it's in New Jersey, and then that's kind of where the whole thing goes. So again, really highly recommend that if you can track it down for a reasonable price. Again, I can imagine a reprint for that's coming pretty soon, so we'll see, but not gonna make any promises. Anyway, we'll get into our stuff here for this week. So this place I went to today, I got a bunch of single issues for Avengers as well as Iron Man stuff. So really excited to get some more Iron Man stuff, especially since right now I'm about 0.48% away from having 80% of Iron Man Volume 1 stuff collected. So really closing in here. I think I have about 68 issues left to collect, so really excited to see that we're almost down to the last few here. So it's been a few years of collecting for me, at least, so really excited to have that. But before we get to that, I want to show the Avengers stuff. So first issue here is issue 224. This is one of those gaps of books that I know I'll probably never be able to collect, because I think this is collected in the Trial of Yellow Jacket collection. So I'm buying the single issues for now, so if a reprint's never announced, I will just read them in singles so I can at least understand what the storyline was. So really cool art going on here, kind of showing the silhouette of Hank and Janet, and then Yellow Jacket in prison and that. So really cool art design there. Really like that cover. Next cover here is issue 228. So again, this is the continuing on the trial of Yellow Jacket. So you have Hank Pym here swearing on the Bible, and you have the other Avengers in attendance. So pretty notable cover here, I would say. So really excited to see that. 228. I read the stuff right before this, so or right after this actually, so which is actually the next issue here. So the next issue here is 233, and the reason why I bought this is obviously it's a Roger Stern issue. It's also John Byrne, I believe. Yeah, John Byrne art on the cover here, and just a very interesting cover choice, right? You have them. This is this ties in with John Byrne's Fantastic Four run. So this is the Avengers trying to get into the Baxter building, which is surrounded by this bubble that Annihilus created. So you can see here kind of the Avengers and then just a large expanse of blank space here. And honestly, looking at this, it's not in terrible condition. I mean, this seems pretty white still, so really cool to see that. But yeah, just a very, very unique cover choice here. So I like that. That's it. That's issue 233 for Avengers. Next issue here is 236. So this is a team-up issue with Spider-Man. The next issue also continues this. I believe they go to the vault or one of the S.H.I.E.L.D. Lockdown areas, and Spider-Man teams up because he's like, I found out that the Avengers are making $1,000 a week, so I need that. So he goes to kind of team up with them, and yeah, I think he hears first. I think the first way he finds out about it is through talking with She-Hulk on the street about it. So because she's going around looking for apartments, and he's like, oh God, I could use that money. So really cool kind of team up cover here with Spider-Man. Spider-Man and Avenger, really cool. So it's a white cover though, a little weird. This is one of like the first issues I think that has like this change in design for the Avengers logo, which I think is cool. All right, next issue here is 239. So this is the associate editors, assistant editors month. So each during this month, each book had an assistant editor editing the book, and this one was a pretty cool, unique issue. You can see here the Avengers go on the David Letterman show, and it's funny because I think at the time the actual team is like spread out doing other stuff. So Wonder Man is the one who actually gets invited to go on the show, and he has to recruit up like all these different Avengers that like are like reserve members. So you can see here you have like T'Challa, Beast, Black Widow, Hawkeye. So I think it's funny how basically half the issues like Wonder Man trying to go around recruiting these people. So really unique story. I really liked it, and really cool touch to do this. I showed this to my mom today, and she knew exactly who that was on the front cover with David Letterman. So this is going back to 1984 here. So you know, obviously it looks a lot different today. All right, so next issue I have here is 245, which is a cool cover here with Captain Marvel, the Monica Rambeau version of Captain Marvel. And you can see here Star Fox is in there as well. I think this is the story arc with the Wraiths. I think that's how you pronounce them, or Rafts. I'm not sure how you pronounce them. But they're like shape-shifting like creatures and stuff like that. Kind of like Skrulls, but not really. A lot less interesting as well. So, but yeah, I bought this mainly for the cover. Seeing Monica Rambeau like that is really interesting. I think that's a cool cover they did there. Her face is a little scary though if you look at their face. So, yeah, that is Avengers 245. Again, I just recently read all this stuff, so that's kind of why I bought it as well. And this is the main issue that I really enjoyed buying, and this is basically the climax of the Absolute Vision storyline, and this is known as, they call it Ultimate Vision, but I think the story is actually called Absolute. So you can see here Vision kind of in gray going off against all of the Avengers. Like I said in a previous podcast, I felt like the storyline felt a little flat for me. I was expecting a lot more, and it felt like, I guess like it being unexpected, I guess, was kind of good too, but in some ways I kind of was expecting a little bit more from it. But yeah, really cool cover here, really memorable cover, and kind of harkening a little bit back to his original first appearance cover, with him kind of staying over in red over all the Avengers who are much smaller than him. This is kind of harkening back to that a little bit, but yeah, really cool nonetheless. So that's Avengers 254. Getting into our Iron Man issues here, we have some good stuff as well, so let me just put them in order. and we'll go from there. So starting with the oldest one and working our way up to the most recent one, we get Iron Man 59. So this is an issue with Firebrand. You know, pretty, I would say around this time, Firebrand was like one of those villains that was kind of like standing for like protests and stuff like that. So Iron Man would face off against him. It's, you know, it's obviously a product of the times, I think, but not a really memorable villain, I would say. But really excited to get this. He's actually shooting Iron Man into his grave, which is which is crazy. You can see here it says "Rip Iron Man" right there. So yeah, really excited to have this. This is one of those issues where, like, again, it's below 100, so really hard to find for a good price. I think I spent like $4 on this, which, like I said, is kind of my limit for how much I'm willing to spend on an issue like this. So pick that up. So that's Iron Man 59, another issue to have. Next one here is Iron Man 63, so a white cover, so you can see it's a little bit faded on the side, but this one features Dr. Spectrum. I'm not sure if he's still around the Marvel Universe today or what, but really cool cover nonetheless, and yeah, really cool, good shot here. This is, again, you're getting into the no man's land portion of the Iron Man stuff that no one was really enjoying or reading. I think at this point they were doing bi-monthly for Iron Man, which was surprising. But yeah, Iron Man 63. So there you go for that. Next issue, actually I think this was the one, this was the era when they went bi-monthly. That is Iron Man 74. So this one you have Iron Man going up against MODOK. So really cool design there for MODOK going on. You had 2 artists on this book as well, I think. So interesting choice there. And yeah, these, like I said, at this point Iron Man was not selling as well, so they were selling it bi-monthly, I guess, to compensate for that. So really excited to have that one. Again, below 100, so really fortunate to get that. Next one here is Iron Man 101. So first appearance of Dread Knight, I believe, is what the person who was selling this to me wrote down on the cover. So obviously you can see the monster of Frankenstein here, but the first appearance of Dread Knight is in this book, I guess. So interesting to note there. Yeah, really cool art going on here. I'm not sure who the cover artist is on this, but anyway, Iron Man 101. Still haven't gotten Iron Man 100 yet. I saw it at a con for a decent price one year. I think it was like 15 bucks. I should have bought it then because I haven't been able to find it for cheaper, but I know eventually I'll be able to. I mean, it's not a notable book aside from the fact that it's issue 100. So I don't think I'll have issues finding that at some point. Next issue here is 112. So Iron Man going up against, not really sure. I don't know, but it's called Motown Mayhem. Really cool shot there of Iron Man, you know, punching this guy into oblivion. Always love those action shots with Iron Man's armor. Yeah, just a classic cover there. 112, so again, getting really close to the beginning of Michelini and Layton's run. This is, you know, towards the tail end, and from here on out, Iron Man would go up in sales. Thank God, because that would have sucked if it got canceled. Right here is like 2 or 3 issues into the beginning of Michelini and Layton's run. This was one I didn't have, and I picked it up today. And this is I believe this issue marks the death of Count Nefaria. Now, obviously, he's not still dead. He came back and, you know, was resurrected. But really great cover art here going on by Romita Jr., I believe. Yep, Bob Layton also helping out. I'm not sure if he did the inks or whatever, but yeah, and you can see here. Shit, what's her name? I know it's Emma Frost. Madame Mask, sorry. Madame Mask on the top here. You know, Iron Man's about to throw this tank and kill her father on top there. So really cool cover going on here. Interesting to see how close this Iron Man logo comes to the edge of this book. So yeah, that is Iron Man 116. So pick that up. Really excited to have that. Alright, so 14 minutes into this, got a lot of single issues over with. We'll move on to the trade paperbacks. So, trade paperbacks here, I bought 3 stuff just to get me to that $50 limit for IST in terms of ordering books. So, first book we have here is another epic collection for Thor, which I've been picking up a lot of recently, just trying to fill in gaps. This one is volume 2 of Thor. So I've read, I think, only 2 issues in this book. I think it's Journey into Mystery, like 110 and 111, I think, are the ones that I've read in this book. So the rest of it I haven't bought, I have never read. The reason why I read those other 2 issues is because I actually read the first Essential for Thor, and that collected up to, I think, like 112. So that's why I have that. But yeah, really excited to own this. This is still Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. You can see here just some great art going on here by him as well, as always. So really excited to get that. This is one that I'm surprised I waited so long to buy it. I don't know what was keeping me from buying this for so long, but I decided to pick it up now, so I have it. And next haul video, I will definitely have some more Thor epics to go over with you guys, so be tuned in for that. Should be an exciting podcast. Next book I have here is a book that was highly, I guess, revered and met with a lot of great expectations in terms of people wanting to buy it and stuff like that. I don't know why I can't talk today. That book is Pulp by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. So a little novel here, original graphic novel for them, and really excited to own this. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of the creative team here, so I don't see how I could possibly not like this, but we'll see how it goes. So bought this on IST for about $9, which is a little overpriced for this, but what are you gonna do? There's no real other way to get this, so that's why I bought it. Be on the lookout over on Crackle Comics for an upcoming podcast for this, hopefully, since we all bought it. I was the last one to get my copy, so hopefully we can do that at some point. It's not a long read, so really excited to see and do a review on this for sure. And the last book I have here is one that I've waited for a while for, and is the reason why I've waited on reading this run of the character. Well, at least I read the old stuff from him, and I read the new stuff now that I could have, now that I have this hardcover, and that is Star Wars Darth Vader hardcover volume 2 of Charles Soule's run. So I've read all Kieran Gillen's run on Darth Vader, really liked it, and now I'm gonna be able to sit down and read the Charles Soule run. So we'll see how this goes. I think there's one more hardcover coming, I would imagine. I'm not sure when that's gonna be solicited or whatever, but there's a large gap between the first hardcover and the second one being released for this, so we'll see. But I'm really excited to have this. You can see here, it's still in shrink wrap, so I'm not gonna open it and show you what it looks like, but on the back here you can kind of see the spine. It's a pretty thick book, I would say. This goes for $34, $35, same price you expect for oversized hardcovers nowadays from Marvel. So yeah, really excited to get this, and hopefully we'll be giving it a read at some point soon. Alright, so moving on here to my Lego sets. I bought a few. Some of them were through Marketplace. I found one at, well, not a few. One of them was through Marketplace. The other one was at Target. And the third one was at Books A Million, of all places. So I'll go over these in that order. So the Marketplace one, I'll show it. It's in a plastic bag, so it's not really the most glamorous shot, but it is the 76076 Lego Marvel Superheroes, like Captain America Jet. I bought this mainly for the minifigures. You have an Iron Man figure that's kind of cool. And, you can see kind of in the shot right there. You have a Captain America figure as well, and you also have Miss Marvel, which is an interesting choice in this set as well. The Jet, I would say, is pretty so-so. I'll probably end up building it and storing it. I'm not going to display it or anything. It's not too remarkable of a set to have, but yeah, the Miss Marvel figure is really interesting. You can actually see her on the back, her arm, it kind of like is really long, so really cool to have that figure. And yeah, we'll see how this was one of those sets I was looking for a while, and I picked it up on Marketplace. I paid like $14 for this, which I think was a steal. So really cool to get those minifigures and this set. That was one I was looking for a while. Alright, next set I have here was one that, again, Target is is putting stuff on sale for Lego Hidden Side. As I've mentioned a few times before, that line of products from Lego has been canceled, so everything's pretty much going on sale, including these ones right here. So this is the Lego 70418 Hidden Side JB's Ghost Lab, and again, the front of the box is kind of hard to tell what the product is, but on the back here you can kind of see. I got this for I think $16, so 20% off, not too bad. And you know, some unique colors of parts and a lot of other minifigures as well. So most of the reason why I bought this, I'm gonna build it obviously, and at some point I'm probably gonna take it apart. But yeah, just trying to buy these before, you know, I don't want to wait too long, and then and then they go out of sale completely, and then they're hard to find. So yeah, really excited to get this, and the minifigures are pretty cool in these, I would say. So yeah, that's that. So Lego Hidden Side. And the last set that I bought here was one that I was surprised to find. It's been retired, so that's why I bought it. I paid a little bit more than it cost originally. It was like $22 when I think it went on sale for $20 at the time. But I bought this because, let's see, I'm not sure what year this came out. I don't know. Doesn't say. Oh, actually, I think I can tell. Nope. I am not sure. Anyway, it is the Lego DC Superheroes 76110 Batman: The Attack of the Talons. So some pretty cool minifigures going on here. The main reason why I bought this set though is for Ace the Bat Hound. So really cool minifigure there. The Batman figure is also really cool looking too. I'm not sure what inspiration this set comes from, if it comes from a comic or a video game or some other type of media. But regardless, I thought this was a pretty good set to pick up. Another Batman vehicle to add to the collection. Not a big vehicle per se, but again, really excited to have that Bat Hound minifigure. I think that's a cool little extra thing to throw into the set. So you can kind of see here the back as well. So that's the box there. So again, I'm gonna build this. The reason why I bought this, like I said, is because it's retired, and I found it a Lego set at Books A Million, and I was like, I gotta pick this up because I can almost guarantee I go online and I will find it for like twice the price. So bought it, and now I have it in my collection. So really cool to own that. And I think that's my whole haul, guys. Nothing too long today. Obviously, it's still 22 minutes, but hope you guys all had a great week, and I'm really excited for my next haul because I have some really cool Lego sets and comics coming that I'll hopefully be able to show you guys. So until then, hope you guys have a great weekend, or rest of the weekend, whatever it is, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.